when we saw कि यार किसी ने हमें दिए थे hardly I think 2-3 हज़ार रुपए दिए होंगे पूरे प्लेटफॉर्म में at that point of time. They earned 10 lakh.
Oh my god.
The outcome was very high. The upside was very high. So today even people who spend $10,000 they just get 5 lakh 10 lakh rupees का revenue निकल आता है. We understood कि यार we need to position it as more on the marketing front because marketing front features were bringing the customer more revenue.
Correct.
And we need to focus it more towards revenue as a revenue platform.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Therapy Coach YouTube channel. Today we have a very interesting entrepreneur joining us. His name is Gautam Rajesh Shelly and he is the founder of AiSensy. A lot of people don't know about his entrepreneurial journey, but he started quite fairly early into this space. That's what I discovered very recently, a few minutes ago. I'm going to be diving into a very interesting conversation with him and we'll get to know a little bit more about his journey, his motivation, a lot about AiSensy. So let's get started with the video. Hi Gautam, thank you so much for joining us on my YouTube channel and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks a lot, Harry.
Perfect. So first thing first, before we obviously dive deep into the conversation and I get to know a lot more about your entrepreneurial journey, I just want to understand, mostly मैंने देखा है कि a lot of what we become later on in life is actually linked to our childhood. With most of the people I've seen this. I want to know that were there certain incidents or the way probably you've been brought up, the kind of family and background you come from, was it linked to where you are today or has it helped you and got you here in any way? And what was that one incident or something that happened in your life, a turning point that made you think, yeah, nahin, we'll build something of our own, I want to make something of my own from scratch and we'll get this done?
Yeah, I think everything that I've done today is because I was brought up in that manner.
Okay.
I think it definitely links back to your childhood. And I think I was told very early to read books like How to Win Friends and Influence People. Dale Carnegie was my favorite. Not my favorite, but I used to read a lot of Dale Carnegie. I used to read a lot of Enid Blyton. I used to read a lot of books, fiction, non-fiction books. But like during those days, it was a lot of fiction. Enid Blyton was one of my favorites. I used to read Secret 7, Famous 5, all of these adventurous and all of those stories. But side by side, there was always one thing that my parents always told me that business is something that will help you.
So they told you बचपन से?
बचपन से वो था. बचपन से बहुत clear था कि यार कुछ ना कुछ business करना है.
Okay.
ठीक है. And for that I have to read a lot. I have to do this. I have to do that. And so वो था यार. So and that was for my parents also. So like they kind of didn't influence or they did influence me in a manner by telling their own stories of doing their own business or it's not a business quote unquote, but kind of it's a business for us, but you can say that. They are into education. They ran a school for around 30 years. So, but it's that way, right? So.
Got it. So मतलब ऐसे बोल सकते हैं that obviously the kind of background you come from and whatever your parents kind of instilled in you जो आपने देखा, you've picked that up and that got you probably clear with that mindset very early on in life.
हाँ, right. I was very clear.
कि क्या करना है. लोग जैसे कि confused होते हैं ना क्योंकि मैं career coach हूँ, लोग आते हैं तो people don't know what they want to do.
I was confused for a long time. But when I saw the odds, when I measured everything, I got to know कि कुछ और नहीं हो पाएगा मेरे से. I did engineering, but I didn't know कि यार I cannot become a very good engineer. Definitely, I was an electrical engineer.
Okay.
And India में नहीं बनते. मतलब हम लोग it's basically people say that either you go to PSU, do GATE, or you go outside India, right? Or you just do a job. But I couldn't see myself doing electrical engineering because I was never good at it. But I knew somewhere when I joined college कि electrical तो पल्ले नहीं पड़नी, but हाँ business के लिए कुछ नोट करना पड़ेगा. So let me do that.
Perfect. No, makes a lot of sense. I hope that a lot of the people who are going to watch the video, they're mostly students. They'll relate to it. On that note, I want to understand. अब जब हम WhatsApp के बारे में बात करते हैं, I don't think there is probably anybody left जो WhatsApp use नहीं करता होगा in India. Now I want to understand that before you started something so closely knit to the platform, right? What was your experience and personal utility of that platform? आपके लिए WhatsApp का मतलब meaning या utility क्या था in your life before you founded something related to it?
Yeah, this is slightly interesting because it was 2009-10 sometime when WhatsApp was launched.
Yeah.
I was in my 9th or 10th class.
Okay. Yeah.
And when WhatsApp was launched, it started being viral every day. Everyone was like, "Are you on WhatsApp? Are you on WhatsApp?"
Yeah.
Initially, I was like, how does this work? How do apps are built? So it created a curiosity at that level, definitely. And I would always love to build something around it. I was saying, यार कुछ ऐसा build करना चाहिए था.
Yeah.
I was like in 9th class, I didn't know how to build anything, but I was like कुछ ऐसा build करना चाहिए था.
Yeah.
Right. So, but after that, when it became a utility in college days, it was like we were peak WhatsApp users, right? So it's daily chatting group, सब कुछ तो WhatsApp पे ही है, right? So. And when statuses were launched, today statuses has gone down a bit, I think. Yeah. But when statuses was launched, it was a big hype. So WhatsApp was like the status भी देख रहे हैं, ये भी है, वो भी, and you used to keep scrolling, seeing who was senior status and non-senior status, all of that. So everything that came out on WhatsApp was like very interesting. And yeah, so it was like everyone is on WhatsApp. So.
पर तब आपने कुछ business perspective से तो उसको नहीं देखा होगा.
नहीं.
You were utilizing it as an app to stay connected.
Never saw it from a business perspective till 2019-2020 actually.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Got it.
10 years of it. And that is how it was built, right? So it was not direction towards earning money at that point.
It was not.
It was definitely
इतनी जल्दी तो obviously there were
no conversations about there were conversations about how is WhatsApp earning money.
Yeah.
But nobody thought about how it is earning or like कैसे पे करना है, कौन पे कर रहा है, ठीक है, कर रहा है नहीं कर रहा है वो जाने.
Right. नहीं सही बात है. I think in fact a lot of people when the payment feature was also launched on WhatsApp, अब तो थोड़ा time हो गया है, but at that time also it was a very new thing and it took people to adapt to it. कि WhatsApp पे also I can go and make payments, right? So I think it has anyways evolved as a product across the last few years it's been in the market.
Right, payments is a different story.
Yeah.
I'll share that story sometime.
Okay.
If it comes through in the podcast. But yeah, it's a very interesting story. People might or might not know about it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so with that, Gautam, I want to also understand कि अब आपने बोला कि जब आप initially use कर रहे थे WhatsApp, तो it's very clear that you were never linking it to any kind of a business. That was not your agenda or aim. Even the thought didn't come to your head. So when was the time when you realized कि नहीं, there is a scope here and I can actually build something around it, and I think it's purely backed by tech. Whatever you're doing, it's pure tech, and that's how you're working on it. So how did all of this come together and you decided कि okay, we'll build something like AiSensy and we're going to help business owners and startups to leverage it as a WhatsApp marketing tool for them?
Got it. Yeah, so you can say it came by luck or it came by chance, whatever we can call it, or it came by the market.
Okay.
So every time I started off pretty early in college. First year, I kind of started off my first startup. I call everything a startup because you never know what turns out, right? And everything that I did from that point was for a business, right?
Okay.
Even if I'm writing a blog, that was a business for me. I was trying to build it out for the billions, right? In that sense, so everything was a startup for me technically. So 2014, 2015, we did some, I launched a platform for my college. It was just like a Quora, but for my own college.
Okay.
So we didn't know I was working throughout softwares and doing something around software, but it was happening that way. Then we launched a platform for travelers to connect with guides in Uttarakhand and Himachal.
Okay.
Then we launched a Medium-like platform. So before Medium launched, when Medium was launching kind of their publishers thing, we were kind of thinking somewhere in the same direction that we could do something around that space. I love blogging a lot. I was a content person. I had a Facebook page which went to 50k followers odd.
Oh, great.
And then then my friend kind of sat one day and we said we need something new. So before that we had tried digital marketing gigs. Like we used to go to restaurants and sell them digital marketing packages. And we will click photos for you. It might be somewhere. We take photos for you and put it into our social media and we just help you grow. That was way back in 2016. 2017 we started training.
Okay.
We sat one day, we said we need something new.
Yeah.
We need something tech, right?
Yeah.
And we sat for 3-4 hours, we couldn't find anything.
Okay.
Then finally, my friend was sitting and creating a chatbot for his own computer. That is where the chatbot thing first came. Okay, something is called a chatbot. Okay. I said, okay, let's explore around this. Okay. We found out if there is a utility for businesses, right? So 2017 to 2020, we were kind of building chatbots for educational institutions. Yeah. We had LPU as our client. We had Chandigarh University as a client, SRM, Manipal, all of these were our clients.
Yeah.
Right. The business was decent, not making profits definitely.
Was it chatbots for their websites and all for their
Yeah,
admissions?
it was a
and all
web
when
chatbot.
it's-
Yeah,
web
for
chatbot.
admissions, web chatbot for admissions.
it.
So it was an assistant that was on web.
Got
We had a dashboard that we used to give them for chats, viewing their chat, their analytics,
Nice.
and all of that. And we understood that there is not a huge market around it or something is not working out, and definitely COVID hit us. But we were very optimistic that this would work out, but very, we were very early to understand a lot of things in the journey, right?
Got it.
So, yeah, so that happened, and then COVID hit us, right? So we were definitely like, yeah, kya kare COVID mein? A lot of deals were stuck, right? And then we tried to launch multiple products inside that one badge in a sense, right? So the first product was AiSeny, which was the web assistant. Then we launched a small product called AiSeny. We were trying to compare upgrad and different courses from upgrad and on data science and all. Upgrad हो गया, simple learn हो गया, इन सबसे courses लेके एक जगह recommendation देना.
Which is
right, an AI based recommendation.
Comparison tool, basically सारे factors को check करना.
Right, and this was an AI based tool, again a chatbot.
Nice.
Analyzing everything and giving it out to you. That we did, and we understood कि यार ये भी शायद क्या पता चले ना चले. And then we were somewhere, already in the market. We were talking to a lot of customers. We started building out for WhatsApp. So customers ने हमें बोला कि यार WhatsApp पे कुछ बना के दो हमें. ये हमें जो chatbot है web पे नहीं चाहिए, हमें WhatsApp पे दे दो.
ये initial customers कौन थे? Who were those people who asked?
Like when we were talking to colleges, these colleges were asking for this.
Oh.
Because some of our competitor was providing this somehow, or WhatsApp API had come up at that point of time, right? And they knew कि यार WhatsApp में कुछ हो रहा है, and if you can give, because someone else is offering something, right? And then we started hearing the market. We started talking to a lot more people कि यार WhatsApp पे चाहिए, क्या चाहिए, all of that stuff.
Right.
And we went it कि यार WhatsApp पे they wanted. So initially we were thinking to build it as a simple एक छोटा सा module बना देते हैं WhatsApp का. Then we said नहीं यार module क्या बनाना है, एक product ही बनाते हैं. So all the ideas that we did before that were like कि मेरा idea है, ये हमें अच्छा लगा, मुझे अच्छा लगा. But this particular thing AiSensy was in the sense saying कि यार market ने कुछ मांगा है, बना के दे देते हैं, अपना दिमाग नहीं लगाते हैं, जो वो मांगते रहेंगे हम बना के देते रहेंगे. Hopefully that started working out, and we got 20 beta customers before even launch.
Nice.
So that didn't happen in the past. All the startups that we did कि launch के पहले आपको customers मिल जा रहे हैं. People were very skeptical in starting कि ये कैसे हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है. But we said, don't worry, हम सही लोग हैं यार, आप try कर लो. People are like because there are a lot of bulk software.
Yeah.
And people don't trust you that easily. So by and by that trust came through them, and we said, okay, let's go ahead with it, and then we just focused all our energy into this, all our learnings into this. So we have learned how to build software, we have learned how to deal with customers, we have learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then we said, let's just dive all in, in WhatsApp and just leave everything apart. So we just shut down all the other businesses or all the other products that we were building.
Complete focus
on AiSensy, and then we just, this was 2020 November somewhere we launched. We started building the product in August somewhere 2020. 2020 November we launched first beta. So we had 20 customers.
Great.
And 1st January 2021 we kind of gave it a good launch.
Officially.
ये इतने decent feature हो चुके हैं कि अब I can go and shout in the market कि यार you can, it's a self-serve model, आके अपने आप sign up कर लो, all of that stuff.
Perfect. Great. No, I think what you also said is the best part that I liked is आपने बोला कि इससे पहले हमने जो भी किया था, जो हमारा idea था या हमारी नीड थी उस पे we were making things, but इस बार you actually heard it from the horse's mouth, the customer, and what the market wants. So that's wonderful. So उसके साथ now, because हमने अभी बात की about the product, when we talk about the MSMEs and the startups, or I would just say any business, उनके लिए I want to understand that how can AiSensy help them, how can they leverage it, and what kind of an impact can it have on their business, and in what areas of their business?
हम लोगों ने शुरू किया था, it again comes down to that story, right?
Yeah.
And then we started, we were like यार ठीक है, हम WhatsApp chatbot marketing engagement platform है, right? और आपको जो करना है कर लो. You can just broadcast messages, you can do live chat, you can do automations, you can communicate with the users in a better manner, you can broadcast to a large set of audience, you can get that verified green tick account, and that is what we saw कि यार ये सब लोग कर रहे हैं. 3 months down the line, we were doing chatbots a lot, we were doing marketing a lot, we were focused on everything. हमने कहा सब कुछ करेंगे, सब focus है. 3 months down the line, we understood कि यार we are not just a communications platform.
Okay.
We are a revenue tool.
Yeah.
So when we saw कि यार किसी ने हमें दिए थे hardly, I think I think 2-3 हज़ार रुपए दिए होंगे पूरे प्लेटफॉर्म में at that point of time. They earned 10 lakh rupees.
Oh my god.
The outcome was very high.
Yeah.
Very high. The upside was very high. So today even people who spend $10,000, they just get 5 lakh, 10 lakh rupees का revenue निकल आता है. Because technically WhatsApp has a lot of hold on the customer, right?
Yeah.
People view WhatsApp, the open rates are high, the click rates are high, the buying rate is high, and the cost is comparatively lower than what you would pay other channels for.
Yeah.
So we understood that we need to position it as more on the marketing front, because marketing front features were bringing the customer more revenue.
Correct.
And we need to focus it more towards revenue as a revenue platform, and that is what we are focused on today. That every feature that is built, we ask ourselves, ये directly कितना revenue पे impact लाने वाला है सामने वाले customer के लिए. And today we drive 25 to 80% revenue for a lot of customers. Almost every customer drives, and that is technically saying कि as and when we enter a business, we double or triple the revenue from day one.
Got it.
That happens, naturally happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and it is designed in a format that it will help you do that. That's why it's AiSensy. AiSensy मतलब the platform is, it's not, people confuse it for ये chatbot है. But our mindset is saying that the platform is smart enough to tell you what to do.
Correct.
And that is where we are moving now. We are bringing a lot of AI features now, and where the platform will be smart enough to tell you that यार इन users को message कर दो, इनको अब मत करो. All of that stuff. So it's coming by and by.
Right.
But yeah.
I had a small question on this. So typically when a business is using this, right, and they set it up and everything is done, so when the messages are being sent out, a campaign per se or certain communications, is it restricted to a certain broadcast list or a list that they customize within their WhatsApp network? How is that select? Obviously the user will select it, but what I'm trying to know is, if I want to target people outside my WhatsApp contact list, I don't think that would be possible.
That is possible.
That it is.
That is why it became a utility, right? See,
okay.
There are 3 phases to everything.
Yeah.
To this WhatsApp scenario, right? First was the WhatsApp app.
Yeah.
So first was the WhatsApp app.
Yeah.
Second was the WhatsApp business app.
Yeah.
Right? Third, WhatsApp gave a provision called the WhatsApp business API.
Got it.
It was just an API. So
Yeah.
if any business wants the API, they can take the API from any of the partners, like us also. But they'll have to develop it on their own. They'll have to develop platform, communication, or they'll have to have developers to communicate. Now we came and said, okay, that the API is there, but there is no app sort of where the customer can use it or the business can use it. Right. So we said, okay, we'll provide that app. So now for the WhatsApp business API, we are the app that the business uses. And the message goes to everyone, even if they've saved their contact, not saved their contact. Like you can have, tens of lakhs of people and you can broadcast them in one go, and they'll just receive a message. And your account can be verified with that green tick. Verification can be done, and that provides a lot of trust. Right, that the customer feels okay, they feel safe a bit more. यार किसी trustable brand ने मेरे को message किया है, and so that is how it is. We suggest people not to spam people a lot and to not send messages to contacts outside of the network. The network instinct means that the customer is then not given some consent or they have not purchased. Right. Let's suppose किसी customer ने कोई purchase किया offline. Now technically they have given you their number and name. You can message them. Right? They don't need to save your number, all of that stuff. वो जरूरी नहीं है.
Correct.
You just message.
Got it. Perfect. No, then that's great. I just wanted so that I was assuming कि ऐसा नहीं होगा. But then since you've built it obviously as an app that is utilizing the API, it makes sense that you can actually reach out to a network outside your WhatsApp contacts as well. Perfect. Okay, so with that, Gautam, one of my last questions before we, come to an end of this conversation, I want to also know from you now, obviously, when you started, I'm sure, like you said, tab vision tha that sub communication, sub karenge end to end, right? Then obviously you understood again from the market and what you were actually doing was more revenue focused. Going forward, not in terms of like a roadmap, what's your vision when it comes to AiSensy and what do you probably want to build on in terms of features, anything exciting that your users should be looking forward to, and what's the plan like now from this point?
Yeah, we had a hunch initially that WhatsApp will be big enough for us to cater to. A lot of people ask us why aren't you doing omni-channel and all of that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but let's finish WhatsApp first completely. So the vision is very simple. Everything that comes under the domain of WhatsApp, AiSensy will be doing that. Tomorrow WhatsApp is launching payments, right? So you can do business. Customer can make payments to a business natively on WhatsApp via UPI, via net banking, via all of this. That is being launched, I think, this week itself.
Yeah.
Then there is commerce coming up, right? A lot of more things are coming up on the under the domain of WhatsApp.
Yeah.
The highlight is the AI feature that we're trying out at this point. We are most excited about them because I think that will there's a recommendation engine kind of coming up more enhanced towards the business, which will help them to drive a lot more revenue than they're doing today. Because today they have to analyze, and which a lot of businesses don't usually do.
Yeah.
Just spray and pray.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they just keep broadcasting messages. And there is personalization, but the whole message cannot be personalized. You are technically giving out the same offer to everyone.
Yeah.
But you're just personalizing the name. Tomorrow you can just personalize the offer.
Got it.
Or you could do a lot more personalization in terms of what kind of customers coming, what they're planning to do. It could also be in terms of timing. Let's say for your business, we analyze through your data that there is a specific time when this customer clicks on it.
Correct. Or when they're most active.
When they're most active, we can just schedule all of these campaigns for all of these customers. Now, Shivam might receive a message at 4 p.m. because he clicks on it on Thursday 4 p.m. because he clicks on a message at Thursday 4 p.m. usually, and Aman might receive it at a different time.
Right.
So that kind of engine, that is where we are heading towards.
Got it. Perfect. Sounds very exciting. Can't wait to see the features go live on the platform. And before we let you go, as a founder, as someone who has been building, products, and I think it's purely again based on tech. For people who are watching this video, a lot of the students or people who want to, let's say, start something of their own, and they want to do something specifically in the tech domain and build products. What do you think is the one most important thing they should keep in mind before getting into this? Because I think a lot of people also have this apprehension कि यार अगर मैं tech background से नहीं हूँ या मुझे technology की इतनी understanding नहीं है या coding नहीं आती, तो you cannot build products or do something like this. And now you're a founder of a company which is purely tech backed. So I want to understand, should they be limited by that, or how should they go about it if someone wants to do something like you?
Then I don't think it's a very misconception that you need to know coding to build a business.
Yeah.
You need to know coding to build an app.
Right.
To build a business, it's up to you, right? Building a business has some different skills, right? And building an app has a different skill. For building an app, you can have people who know how to build an app.
Correct.
You need to be very clear, right? Yeah. Either you need to build an app or you need to build a business. Right? So that was same with me also. मुझे भी ये लगता था यार कि मेरे को app development, मेरे को web development. So I learned it very early. I started learning web development, but I could not continue it for long because I understood कि यार सिर्फ इससे तो नहीं होगा. Right? सिर्फ app बना लूँगा तो शायद हो जाएगा, अपने आप चल जाएगा. It doesn't work that way, right? You will have to have those set of skills, or you not have to have. You will learn it in the way. Yeah. So the only advice I would say or something is, yeah, just get into it. Go to Internshala, work with a few people, help them,
get real experience.
Get started. Don't think too much. यार ये होगा तो ही मैं करूँगा, वो ऐसा होगा तो ही मैं करूँगा, मुझे ये आना चाहिए, मुझे ये सब कुछ सीखना पड़ेगा. And it could be for business also कि मुझे MBA करना है, मुझे पूरा business सीखना है, मुझे ये course लूँगा तो ही होगा. Just deep dive. I think books help you a lot. Yeah. There are some really good courses which you like. Ankur Wariku's How to Get Starting Up is really good.
How to start up.
Yeah. It's very quick, short format because Ankur's experience is vast, right? So he has a really good experience. He's built huge startup. Sold it to Paytm, all of that. Yeah. So you learn from those who have done it, who have been on the path. That is very important. I have mentors. I keep asking randomly here, there, yaar ye kaise karna hai, and that is very important. People, I think, undervalue mentorship a lot. I used to do that initially. तो यार नहीं यार खुद से सब
कर लेंगे,
सब कुछ खुद से हो जाएगा, नहीं होता. So try to get help of people who are 5 years, 10 years, 15 years ahead of you in that path. Perfect, right? And who have built businesses rather than just thinking कि यार मेरे को ये करना पड़ेगा, वो करना पड़ेगा. Just get some insights from them and you learn more. Perfect. So to summarize it, if you want to do something like Gautam and other people, start something of your own. Number one, you don't have to be from a tech background. You have to just have a clear understanding and get the right people on board so that they can build the platform or the app for you. Second is get started. Don't think too much. Starting is important. Read books that could help you and get mentorship from people who are ahead of you and already doing what you want to do.
So learn from people who've been there and done that, right?
Right.
Perfect. So that's about it. Thank you so much, Gautam, for actually answering all my questions very patiently in detail. I'm sure there'll be a lot of key takeaways for my audience, and I really am excited to see what else AiSensy does in the coming years. And yeah, I hope you had a great time.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. It was amazing.
Perfect. Thank you.